Growing up, it was hard. I grew up Buddhist. My family is Vietnamese, and through high school, that's when everything started changing. Started meeting the wrong people, got into the wrong things, and eventually fell into a bad lifestyle. Years on down, depression started kicking in, and I've been dealing with depression for a while. It's hard to kind of talk to somebody if they don't know what you're going through, because it's tough to just say it's in your mind, and it's definitely physical, and it was tearing me up slowly. I started being out on the streets more, I started using more, and I was full blown in my addiction. That caused me to go to jail, get incarcerated. So going into prison, I knew nothing about God or Jesus or anything like that, but this is where I met some people and I read some books, and I was interested because prison is the loneliest place you can ever be. And to have a feeling of someone there but someone not there made all the difference. And that's when I slowly started believing and holding on to this glimpse of faith that there is a God and that he is out there and he is looking over me. I actually started going into Bible study inside of prison, started learning more and more and more, and I started feeling it more and more. And so that's what drew me towards God, and I held on to that little faith because that's what put a smile on my face in the darkest place you can be. I got out of prison December 30th, 2011. One of my friends just hired an employee and she wanted me to meet. So what I did was I called and made an appointment to get a facial because the place she worked at was a beauty spa.
So he came in for a facial and we hit it off. We started dating. After about a year of dating, my mom suggested we go to church, so we gave it a shot.
We started going and it started being really good. I got saved on October 13th of 2018.
So my dad was really interested in coming to Redemption, and he brought that up to me, and he told Dang, and they both were all into it and wanting to come to Redemption. I was like, oh geez, another church. So we ended up coming on Sunday, and they both loved it. It was amazing. I loved it, and I'm not a church person.
It felt so right. Everything, just the drive up, the preparation, the day, the music, the worship, everything went perfect that day.
So Dang and I started coming to Redemption, and my whole family comes, my uncles, my aunts, everybody. And then shortly after that, Dang relapsed, and we decided to go separate ways.
This last relapse, I tried to take my own life. I attempted suicide twice. And I was in so much just pain from my past that I didn't want to be alive anymore, it was tough. And I recently got really sick. I didn't want to go to a hospital. I didn't want to go to the doctor. I didn't want to go anywhere that they could have helped me. It came to the point where I couldn't breathe anymore. I finally went home and I asked my family to take me to urgent care. They diagnosed me with pneumonia and they sent me home. Luckily, even though we were broken up, Chris and I knew to call her. She came over that night, and Thursday night is the last memory I have of being sick and not being able to breathe.
I called 911. We got to the emergency. He started not to respond. So they set him up in ICU, and the doctors came out and they actually told us that Dang died for 3 minutes. And they were doing everything that they could possibly do to get his heart to beat. But they didn't think that he was going to make it that night. Everyone started to come in to say their goodbyes to Dang, and he was completely out, not responding, in a coma. Everyone was praying over him and just touching him and just speaking life over him. All of a sudden, Dang was moving his toes, and we were holding his hand, and he was squeezing our hand, and but the doctors were still hesitant, and they were saying, but he might not make it through the night. So 3 days later, Dang woke up.
When I finally woke up, my lead cardiologist came into my room, and he just looked at me and said, "Why are you even alive?" Doctors couldn't explain why I was alive. I told him I know how I'm alive. The why part, I'm still working on. The medical staff, the doctors, everybody that worked on me thought I was gone. They didn't think I was coming back. It's not believing in miracles, but actually living a miracle. If it wasn't for God, God's will, and all the prayers and support, I know I wouldn't be here today. My heart failure specialist says that it takes about 1.5 years to kind of heal and recover and to even just walk up the stairs and stuff like that. The events that we're talking about happened a month and a day ago, and today I feel really good. My family, through this whole process, has really had a change of heart. With this whole experience, they know that it's not luck, it's not medicine, it's not the doctors, not the nurses. The only reason I'm alive today is because God saved me. God brought me back for a reason. And for my family to actually understand that and to believe in that, it's huge. And for my sister that, knows nothing about church, agreeing to come for the first time on Easter means a lot to me.
Dang is sitting right here on the front row. Let him know how glad you are. God raised him up off that bed, and he's sitting here in the house with you today. I know why you're here, and I know why he raised you up, because he's not through with you. And you couldn't die because purpose has not been finished yet. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, "I can't die because my purpose isn't finished." Just tell them, "I can't die. That you got too much to do." Too much to do. I know you want to sit down. It's tithe and offering time. Would you just remain standing with me right here? For those that faithfully